So guys, welcome back again to my channel. A lot of things is happening right now in Nigeria. When I mean a lot of things, I mean a lot of things. And the hunger in Nigeria is too much that people are no longer surviving. But guess what? One point about is that the police people are not protesting. Like those people that are fighting the protesters during the protest are now protesting their own. That the government is not doing their way. Could you imagine that karma have come back? Because you know that a sane country or in a country where there is hardship in the country, the policemen still have the guts and the mind to go and be arresting protesters. People that are protesting on behalf of everybody in Nigeria. But the police are now protesting their own. But before we get to that, let's look at this sad issue that I saw, or this sad head that I saw. He said, I can't feed my family again. I make 20,000 naira but spend 17,000 naira on fuel. Taxi driver laments. That's the level where we are in Nigeria, where people suffer to make money. At the end of the day, the profit they make is nothing to write home about. Just take a family man that makes 20K and then spends 17,000 naira on fuel and then goes home with just 3,000 naira. And just 3,000 naira cannot do anything in our economy. 3,000 naira cannot even feed him alone a day. Talk more of feeding his family. How else do you expect that family to survive? How else do you expect that man to feed his family? So a commercial taxi driver identified as Wahab Ajibaye, based in Ilorin, Kwara State, has expressed frustration over the rising fuel price, saying it has left him struggling to provide for his family. Despite earning 20,000 naira daily, Adebayo says he takes home only 3,000 naira after fuel expenses, leaving him unable to cater to his children and wife. 3,000 naira a day cannot pay school fees of anybody. 3,000 naira a day cannot buy foodstuffs, cannot even buy rice. 3,000 naira a day cannot feed one person morning, afternoon, and night. Then, despite a family man, how does government want us to survive? How does government want people to survive? Like he said, buying fuel for 1,100 a liter, and I make 20,000 naira daily, but I take only 3,000 naira with me to my house after work. I am the owner of my car, but I'm no longer making enough to cater for my children and wife. The APC government will not end well. Nigeria is becoming worse, and we pray God takes away this set of current governors and government leaders. Like he said, that APC government for this hardship, that this APC government are the worst ever government that has come to this earth because they've inflicted all not only hardship but pains. Could you imagine a man struggling and then now rendering curses on them that they will never end well? And truth be told, they're not meant to even end well. So the bank by ruling it. So I will just say this thing now that you make 20,000 naira every day, which on a normal is meant to be enough for a family. But because of the hike in fuel price, like I used to say, this hike in fuel price have done more harm than good to Nigerians. Because hike in fuel price will make every other thing to go up. Simple as that. Can you imagine every commercial driver adding money to their transport fare? And then at the end of the day, they are also going home with peanuts despite adding money. Then which way are we going in Nigerians? Which way is the way forward? That a man that makes 20,000 naira a day goes home with only 3,000 naira because of hike in fuel price. Like he said, he buys fuel for 1,100 naira in a country where we have refineries, in a country where you have Dangote refineries, in a country where we produce our own fuel, but yet you are buying a liter for 1,100 naira. Make it make sense. People are struggling, people are dying. Government should do something, government should wake up. Else it won't be funny. And also, I saw this post. This should be a shame on the governor of Imo State because the same governor of Imo State is the person that enacted tax on those using generator and solar energy. Could you imagine a government putting tax that is using generator in Imo State? You must pay a fine, you must pay tax for using generator. Whereas the government have failed to provide us with steady power supply, and yet they are putting laws and tax on those buying fuel to run their businesses, but yet the government are still adding tax. So the Imo State residents protest against deplorable road in Ongo Opala Council, leading to economic loss and hardship. This is the road. See road in Imo State, and yet see how loss of goods, see how bad life cause loss of goods. And yet the government are saying that they are working, whereas they are busy looking for where they will lose money and steal money. That's the only thing our government is good at, stealing money and not working for people. Because if you imagine a road like this that needs, imagine that this truck, for this truck to be here, that means this road is an important road. It's a commercial road that people go pass through to run their business. But yet the government have turned side eyes on this road. See how bad this road is. But yet the government are collecting taxes from people, and then they are doing nothing. When I mean nothing, I mean absolutely nothing on the life of people. And then this one got me mad because flood is now the top of the day in Nigeria. Meduguri flood happened, Kwara State flood, now Bono State. And then the shortest is that the government spends 1.4 billion on lawmaker sitting allowances. When I say allowances, I don't mean salaries. I mean allowances. The extra money given to them is 1.4 billion spent in 6 months. And thereby this same government now gave out 20 million on erosion and flood control. What will 20 million do to solve erosion and flood control in Nigeria? The level where we are, the government don't care. So Bono State budget allocation has raised some eyebrows with a whooping 1.407 billion spent on honorarium and sitting allowances in the first 6 months of 2024. When I mean allowances, I mean extra money given to the people. Total money they spent in just 6 months is 1.4 billion. Then then do the calculation. That means they are earning millions just for sitting allowance. Just come and sit down. Just come and sit down. Like come and put a nyash on the seat. They are paying you allowances, and it's running in millions. And whereas they are giving 20 million to work on erosion and control of flood, the level where we are in this country is just alarming. We are finished in this country. To put this into perspective, a review of the state budget performance by Sarah Reporter shows that states only allocated 20 million for erosion and flood control during the same period, despite being severely affected by the collapse of Alau Dam. In a country, in a state, we are needing money to control erosion. They are busy giving allowances just for sitting allowances. Just come and sit down, and we pay you salary, and they will pay you allowance for sitting down. That's what this country is made of. That's why PTB came out and said that why struggle to be a professor, whereas you can struggle to be a politician and then be earning millions. Because in Nigeria, a professor only earns 400k. A professor, a high-paid professor, only earns 400k, which cannot feed a family in this country. But a normal member of the House of Assembly is earning 21 million naira per month. What are they doing? What is their job? What have they done in Nigeria that they are earning so amount of money? So this disparity in funding has sparked concerns, especially considering the devastating impact of flooding in the region. Bono State has been grappling with the aftermath of the Alau Dam collapse. Nigerian flood management challenges have been brought to the forefront by Bono State alarming spending priorities. It's worth noting that sitting allowances typically go to lawmakers or are paid to committee meetings, while honorarium are voluntary payments that aren't legally required. Essentially, they can be seen as gifts. That means they are just giving gifts to those people sitting down, and they spent 1.20 billion naira just for 6 months only. Just 6 months only, this government has spent billions of naira for just sitting down, and yet there's a state where the flood is taking over, and the government could only give 20 million naira just to control the flood. And then you're telling that this government have the masses in mind. And I think that this government have Nigerians in mind. I don't think so. I think we are on our own in this country. These governments are so selfish and they are self-centered. They only think about their own gain and not what the masses will gain. How can you be paying amount of money for somebody just sitting down and whereas there's a big issue in your state to fix, but you don't side eyes because you are not affected. That's the level we are. Flood is taking over. Now, flooding wreaks havoc in poorer communities, displaces residents, and destroys properties. But what our government can do is to give them rights. That is the only thing Tinubu government can offer, is giving this people rights. Where are we in this country? How did we get to this level where we are? Because I think why we got to level is because we have all felt negligence. We just be like I don't care attitude. That's why we are where we are right now. Because we are in a country where people are dying of hunger. A man cannot feed his family any longer in this country because he suffered and then goes home with small money that cannot feed himself alone. Talk more of feeding for his family and paying school fees. Where are we in this country? Where are we in this country? And then the second thing is now that policemen are now assaulting people and kidnapping people also. Policemen meant to protect us are now among those kidnapping us because they've been told that if they could release people, they will give them money. And in a country where nobody is being taken care of, the police have no choice than to join those people kidnapping. That's the level we are. Where kidnappers, the police are now among kidnappers because they are hungry. Nigerian government have made them so desperate that they can do anything for money. Now again, they have joined in the kidnapping of person. Then who and who will save who? Who and who will deliver somebody from the kidnappers? Whereas those that people that are meant to do that are now among the kidnappers. That's the level where we are in Nigeria. And then there was a video that went viral where Nigerian policeman was assaulting an elderly woman because she refused to pay 250,000 naira bribe. Could you imagine in this economy, we are expecting somebody to bribe you with 250,000 naira. How do you expect that to get an elderly woman? Oh? So I read from some reporters. A widely circulated video has captured an incident involving a police officer and an elderly woman in Alabado, Lagos State earlier this month. The footage, which has gone viral on social media, shows the officers aggressively manhandling the woman inside her car. According to the woman, who is heard screaming in the video, the officer demanded 250,000 naira from her, which she refused to pay, leading to the altercation. That means leading to the issues or the fire they had there. How can you be asking for 250,000 naira from an elderly woman despite this hunger, despite this anger and hungry in the country? You have the mind to be collecting such amount of money. And guess what? This country is now protest. Well, everybody protesting, even the police are not protesting. But we'll get to that. So, any community women protest against targeted attacks, harassment by masquerade. What is our government even doing? Because this is getting out of hand. Because protest. Now let's get to the main thing, the main deal, the main funny part of this life is that Nigeria police are now protesting against Tinubu government. The same people that were fighting protesters during the August protest, during the NSAS protest, during the NSAS protest, the person that was fighting the government are now the ones protesting. See that everybody must see that shit though. Everybody must see the shit. If you like work for the government, you will still see the shit because everybody is feeling the heat, both the rich and the poor. Everybody is going through that shit and everybody must go through it to the end. So Nigeria police retires, vows to protest at National Assembly, wants government to remove them from contributory pensions. That means they're not satisfied with what the government is doing to them. So I read for some reporters, the National Union of Police Retirees, Kaduna State Branch, has announced plans to occupy the National Assembly if their demands are not met by the end of September, which means that their protest will also enter October. That means we all are protesting against the government, both the police and the Nigerian citizens. So, in a statement by the CSP, Memalawo Zaira, the chairman of the police retirees Kaduna State chapter, and ASP Dalami Magumu. Sorry if I get it wrong, I'm not an Hausa or from Yoruba, so for if I get it wrong. Vice Chairman, the union vowed to remain at the National Assembly gate until President Bola Tinubu signs the petition exit bill. So they are now angry that Tinubu government is not doing their work. So they have expressed frustration over unmet promises regarding their exit from contributory pension scheme. The union is also pleading that as the death toll is on the increase among the police retirees under the contributory pension scheme, they want an urgent intervention from the president. Let him look into their plight and sign the two bills before him. So these two bills are I read one to remove the police from the contributory pension scheme, and another to establish the Nigeria Police Pension Board. They also demanded payment of outstanding allowances, including 2.5% differential, the federal government palliative, and three consecutive pension increment by the federal government, as well as minimum wage increase. So the police have woken up. Like I thought they are fighting and supporting this government because I know how you tell me a sane man in his right senses will be fighting against protesters in this time. We are hungry and dying. People are not killing each other to survive. And then police have the mind and the audacity to come out and was throwing tear gas on people protesting. I wish this government will not listen to them so that they will also feel the heat and the shame, the hunger, the anger that Nigerians felt when they're protesting and being stopped by policemen. Because these policemen are very, very hungry. Like if you look at those people at checkpoints, they're not there for to secure the country. They are there to collect money from commercial drivers and to collect money from private drivers. That's their work there. They're not doing anything. They're not collecting money because they are hungry. And then some person have the mind to stop protesters protesting against the hardship in the country, which all of us will benefit from if it's successful and we have positive reply. But they are the ones stopping the protesters from protesting, and now again they've opened up to protest their own. That the government should increase their pay and also give them pay their allowances they're owing them, and also increase their minimum wage. Because of what they've seen that should get to the extent that they can no more condone it again. And if they, that means they are going to join this October protest. If anybody should stop this protest coming October, that person should be held accountable for the hardship in this country, because protest is a medium where the masses show their grievance, where they show that they are not happy about this government, where they say that this government have failed us. So we need a better government to come in and help us. That's the work, or that's the function of protest, and that's the notice of protest. And now police have to join protest if the government does not meet that demand before the end of September. That means we are all in this together now. Nobody is fighting who again. Let's all put hands and then know how to restore our country back, because this life I live in Nigeria is no longer comfortable and accommodating. Everybody is suffering. A family man now is suffering because he can no longer think straight. Every day, every minute, every hour, he's thinking of the next meal. He's thinking of what to do to be able to work for the family, because there's no way all his money is coming from. You are doing business, no gain. Little gain you are making is not enough. If you add money to your business, nobody will buy. That's the level we are in this country. And that's why things are no longer going up as before, because if you add money, nobody will buy. So people are adding small money, at least let them make something out of their business. And then at the end, you come back home, the thing you made is nowhere, is not going anywhere in the country, cannot even feed you yourself. Talk more on feeding your family. The level we are in this country is tiring, and people are tired. People are tired. Businessmen are tired. Businesses are closing down. And yet our government have the mind to go and be looking for foreign investors. Then I ask, you have some business in Nigeria that are going out. What is the government plan to stop that from happening? They don't have any single plan for it, but yet they are going out to look for private investors. People are hungry, people are tired. The government should do something, because people can no longer take it any longer. People are going to need to know their truth, that people, that a family man came out and saying that he can no longer feed. Let me read that tweet again for those joining us now. He said, wait that tweet. He said, I can't feed my family again. I make 20,000 naira daily, but I spend 17,000 naira on fuel. That means he's making just three African naira TV. That's the level where we are in this our country, where people can no longer feed for their profit. So he said, I can't feed my family again. I make 20,000 naira daily, but spend 17,000 naira on fuel, taxi, driver, and amends. I've talked about this, but I don't want to revisit it again for those joining us now. So you see the level where we have gotten to. So it's a driver identified as Wahal Ajibaye, based in Ilorin, Kwara State, has expressed frustration over the rising fuel price, saying that left him struggling to provide for his family. Then talk more of those businessmen where people don't buy their goods any longer. How can they, or how are they feeding their family? How could they feed their family? This hunger and anger is getting too much. And the only way to solve this is that October protest coming in. So he also said that despite earning 20,000 naira daily, he stayed home only 3,000 naira after fuel expenses, leaving him unable to cater for his children and wife. That means even as a working man, because I know that he must be hardworking, he's still unable to cater for his wife and children. Then take off those that are not making anything. Oh God, this country, this government have killed everybody. People, he said that also that, and he's the owner of the cow, and yet he's not able to make enough to feed his family. Talk more of those on higher purchase that will soon give account to the Oga. How will they survive? And nowadays, as the way you add money to your commodity, people will not buy it. People, there's a way that you add money in transport now. People would rather trek to any far distance than pay that money, because that money they've kept it to feed. You can't be, because I can't be entering vehicle whereas you are hungry. I will trek. That's the level we are in Nigeria, where people no longer care if you add money. If you add money, they will not buy. And you myself, you that are telling me this now, will not want you to spoil. So you have to sell it either lesser, or you sell it the amount you bought it, or you add little thing, which at the end is nothing to write home about. That's the level our government have placed us. And also yesterday in my life, I said something about a man that killed his son because the son ate the food in the house. That's the level where the government have placed us. And I think that's the level where that's what they wanted us to be facing. Imagine a father beating a son to death because of what he ate the food kept in the house. Tell me what is the work of the father if not to provide for the family. But nowadays, fathers now hide food from their children. That means go and fend for yourself, hustle for yourself. That's the level our government have placed us. Go and hustle for yourself, feed yourself. I can no longer feed you. You see a father now no longer training their children in school because they cannot afford the school fees. Go to federal university now. A school fee to federal university before was around 10,000 naira, 5,000 naira, highest 20,000 naira. But these days, school fees to federal university is around 100 and something. School fees alone in a federal university. Oh boy, this country is in a state of dilemma. Like, we are all tired and we have gotten up to the neck. I'll end this life now. See you guys in my next life. We'll talk about more and serious cases arising. Don't forget to always subscribe and new year. Share your friends to do the same. And we'll keep you guys updated. Meanwhile, this is breaking news Nigeria today. I will give you breaking news of happenings in Nigeria daily, day in, day out. We are active and always online. Do it, subscribe. See you guys in my next life.